friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm planning out the week of September 16th through the 22nd. I'm using this kit from Lyss Planner. Per usual, I don't remember what it's called. And today is not just a normal plan with me, it is a collaboration with Lyss Plans. She is, as you know, like my planner girl BFF, and when we did our live stream for the month of September, which we always do, I'm like a month in advance. We did it at the end of August to show the kits that we would be using in the month of September. We both realized that we were using the same kit and artwork this week, so we just decided to go ahead and do a collab. A lot of people are, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, also I wanted to really quickly mention that any of Alyssa's social media, her plan with me, all that kind of stuff will be linked in the description box for you, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. And we are also going to we're going to basically do like a book Q&A. We came up with a list of questions, and it's not the same color, that's kind of annoying. Anyways, we came up with a list of questions and are going to be answering them for you. So the first question on the list is, what is your favorite book? And this is the question that I had the hardest time answering, and I'm gonna have to say Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, depending on where you live, just because it was the book that it was the first book that I really remember made me love reading. And if it weren't for that book, I probably wouldn't love reading like I do. Now, Alyssa's a lot more of a lit nerd than I am, but yeah, I would have to say that one just because it's the book that made me fall in love with reading. The next question is, what is your favorite genre? Also, I will put all these questions down below for you, so if you guys would like to answer them too, you can, and tag me in a video. That'd be really fun. Favorite genre would have to be young adult. When I read, I like it to be easy and breezy and not complicated, and I basically like it to be an escape. And if books are too, not like I can't read adult books, but I just really like how quick and easy young adult reads are. And I don't know, just something about them, they always end up being my favorite books that I read. The third question is, do you like reading for school? And that question is, it depends. If it's something like where we get to choose what to read and then like write an essay about it or a report, then yes. But if it's assigned reading for school, then absolutely not. I hate being forced to read things I don't want to read. Then reading becomes like this hellish chore for me, and this semester I have a lot of that. So it kind of goes back and forth. Like right now I have to read the Iliad, and that book is like the bane of my dang existence. What's the worst book you've ever read? Again, this was one, I apologize for the street noise, by the way. It's kind of hot here today, so all the windows are open. The worst book I ever read was Beowulf. I know that's going to be controversial. I just hated that book. I was forced to read it in school. Also, The Lord of the Flies is another book I really didn't like that I was forced to read in school. It seems like if I'm forced to read books in school, I always have a bias towards them, and I don't ever like them as much as I possibly could. Next is favorite series, Harry Potter. Moving on, don't need to say much more about that. I have a whole magical playlist on my channel if you guys want to check out some Harry Potter magical content, including unboxings and plan with me's and all sorts of fun stuff. The next question is favorite kids book, and I wrote down Rainbow Fish because that was like the first book that really popped into my head, and I just loved the colors. And I remember as a kid I actually had more than one like Rainbow Fish like book, and I was really obsessed with like the scales being all pretty, so I'd have to say or Junie B. Jones. I don't know if you guys remember those books, but when I was in like second or third grade, Junie B. Jones was like it. I remember I used to have like a bunch of them, and I just loved Junie B. Jones. Least favorite genre would have to be autobiographies. This is gonna sound kind of rude, but I really just don't care to hear someone, or biographies in general. I don't really care that much, to be honest. if I read, I want it to be a fantasy usually, or an escape for me. I don't really want to read about someone's life. I want that kind of magic in a book. Best book to film adaptation. There's a few for these. I think they did pretty well with the Harry Potter series. I loved The Lord of the Rings. That's probably going to be my absolute favorite, but I did also like honorable mention to The Fault in Our Stars. I thought they did an amazing job with that too. Worst book to film adaptation, hands down, is there's two for this one, but the honorable mention first would have to be Mortal Instruments. It was just terrible, and I really wanted them to do the whole series. It's now a TV series, and that is terrible as well, in my opinion. Sorry if you like it. Like, not trying to hate on your hate on something you love, but like, it's just not for me. I am now done with this sheet. A book that you always have wanted to read, but it keeps getting shafted and pushed aside. That has to be The Cuckoo's Calling. It is written by J.K. Rowling. It's written in her pen name. And because she wrote Harry Potter, and I'm such a fan of Harry Potter, this is completely different. It's an adult book. And like a murder mystery. I've always wanted to read it, but I started it once and I've just never been able to get through it, and I always am like, that's gonna be the next book I read, and then I see something else and go for that over it. Last book you finished, it was The Most Dangerous Game. I recommended a book to my boyfriend to read, and he finished it and said it reminded him of The Most Dangerous Game, so I decided to read it because of him. Favorite author has to be J.R.R. Tolkien or J.K. Rowling. The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter are both huge influences on my life, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without either of those series. So that was a pretty easy question to answer. Least favorite author, to be honest, I don't really pay attention to authors that much, and I don't really have a least favorite author. I guess right now I would have to say Homer, just because I hate the Iliad so much. Yeah. Biggest plot twist, I'd have to say recently, the one that comes to mind is s.t.a.g.s. It's S.t.a.g.s. It's a new book. This author is new. It's the first book she's ever written. As I just say, I don't know a lot about authors. But anyways, it's the first book she's ever written, and that book had me, like, on edge, like, the whole time. I read that book faster than I read most books because it just pulled me in. I am done with this sheet. So, yeah, that has to be, I'd have to say s.t.a.g.s. The book you cried the most in reading, The Fault in Our Stars. It's about kids with cancer. Like, hello. Of course you're gonna, like, bawl your eyes out during that. I cried multiple times in that book. A book you want to read but probably never will. This has to be the Game of Thrones series. I'm big on the TV show, and I would love to be able to read the books, but from what I hear, they're really long, they're really complex, and they're kind of tedious to read. And again, I said I like easy reads and stuff, so as much as I love the content and I love the TV series and stuff, I just probably won't ever read the books. A book you can read over and over again, any of the Harry Potter books. I'm trying not to make these repetitive, but it's true. Harry Potter, and that goes the same with The Lord of the Rings. A book you read and loved as a kid in school, it has to be the Daughters of the Moon series. I never hear anyone talk about this series, and I never finished it either. I own them all now, and I really want to finish them. I just don't have time right now in school. That my boyfriend and I are reading books together, so those books are my priorities, not that series. But the Daughters of the Moon series, I read a bunch of them out of order back in the day just because they were only at like the school library, and they were really popular at my school. But yeah. Paper book or e-reader. I have to say e-reader. I do like reading on paper more. However, the convenience of the e-reader to me outweighs paper books. If I love a book, I'll buy the paper copy. which the next question is hardbound or paperback, and it has to be hardbound. Is my favorite, but overall I like the e-reader. It goes with me anywhere. Mine is water resistant, so I can take it in the pool or the bathtub, and nope, that does not go there. See, I'm talking and not focusing on where stuff goes, but yeah, it has to be e-reader, and I like that it tells me my estimated reading speed, because I really OCD into like stopping in the middle of chapters, so it allows me to know if I have enough time to read to the next chapter, and books are cheaper. Do you like to rent or buy? I prefer to buy my books. Unless they're on e-reader, I will rent them, but it takes me a while to read books, to be honest, and I usually end up having to re-rent them. Fiction or nonfiction? Fiction, in case you guys couldn't have guessed. A book you read because of the hype. That has to be... I don't understand why these flags are what they are. Is that weird to anyone else? Did you forget to change those? Because I feel like that doesn't match this. It has to be A Court of Thorns and Roses is the book that I read because of the hype. It was going around on the planner world last year, and definitely read it for the hype. Something you never read despite the hype, that has to be Percy Jackson. That is something I have always wanted to read and just have never gotten around to, but Percy Jackson. And then the last question, your least favorite character and your favorite character. My least favorite character is Anastasia from 50 Shades of Grey. I read the whole series, and she just bugged me the whole time, going back and forth. I felt like if she wanted to sleep with Christian Grey or if she didn't, and I just wanted her to make up her mind, and like I just felt like she was super whiny, and like I just could not stand her. To be quite honest. Let's see, what are the extra boxes? And then my favorite character is Sirius Black from Harry Potter. Let's go ahead and put... Ooh, which box do I want to eliminate? I think I'm going to eliminate the washi box. While it is cute, I'm just not a washi person, and I feel like this is a lot more me, I guess. And I am going to use the blonde girl instead of the brunette girl, because I am blonde. Put her on Friday. And then we'll put this on no, we'll do this on Tuesday. And put the coffee on Monday because of Alyssa, who I'm collabing with. We gotta put the coffee sticker on Monday because it's Coffee Monday. Ooh, no, we're gonna move this one. I'll tell you why in a second. Move this one to Wednesday because the backgrounds. The last two stickers I want to use both have the floral background. So I want to switch it up. Dude, I love this kit from Glam Planner. The second I saw the art, I was like, sold. Also, I apologize for not getting my academic plan with me up for last week. It just didn't happen. I just didn't have the time. I'm done with this sheet. I try my best. I'm not always perfect. It's just sometimes it's just brutal when school's in to get stuff done. And so bear with me. I'm trying my best to do those every week, but it might not happen depending on how crazy things are. And last week was insane, and my anxiety was decently bad, and it just didn't happen, okay? But I feel like I'm on the upswing. I'm filming this on September 11th. I'm super anxious today, which is why I wanted to film this, and it's kind of later in the day, so if the lighting's not as good, I do apologize. I'm just super anxious today. It's just a hard day for everybody. It's a weird day for everybody in the United States now, and yeah, but last night, let's talk about that. So you guys follow me on Instagram. If not, it's the same as it is here, Lyss Plans. But I asked you guys if I should ditch school and go see one of my favorite bands, and overwhelmingly people were like, yeah, you should ditch school and go see one of your favorite bands. So I hightailed it up to LA. I left here at about 9 o'clock, and it took me about 2 hours to get there and park and walk over, and I actually paid someone to stand in line. So Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day announced that they're all going on tour together, and they were doing this show, and they were only letting 200 people in. And Fall Out Boy is my favorite band, if you guys didn't know. So I called one of my friends, and she called her friend and I paid her to stand in line for me. And I got there about 11. Tickets went on sale at noon, and we get up there, and I'm 5 people away, and tickets ran out. Even though there was 200 and I was 114th in line, security really didn't stop people from cutting the line. And I didn't get a ticket. And you guys, I got the worst news right before I didn't get the ticket either, and I just lost it and had like a panic attack on this random street in LA, just like on the street corner, and it was terrible. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then the bands tweeted that, oh, Pete Wentz, who is in Fall Out Boy, was going to be handing out ice cream there at like 2:30, and I was like, well, that's an hour and a half from now. I might as well stay for that and see Pete. So I go to this meet and greet, and I'm like, he's like, I haven't seen you in forever. Yes, the band recognizes me. I'm that kind of groupie. And he's like, I haven't seen you in like seriously forever. How are you? And I was just kind of like, you know, honestly, I'm not too great. And he was kind of like, oh no, like, what's wrong? And I was like, I mentioned like, I'm just really stressed, like my boyfriend's deployed and whatever and XYZ. And he was like, and then he looked at me and he's like, you're not wearing a wristband. And I said, yeah, like I didn't get one. They sold out right before I got up front, and then he slid me one. So I got a wristband, and I got to go to the show, and it was given to me by one of my favorite bands, like of all time. And so that's like just extra special, and it was such a good show, you guys. It was insane. People were crowd surfing up to the front and then jumping off the stage and stage diving. Like, I don't even know what was like, I really have no idea. Like, it was so good though, and it was just what I needed, and I ended up catching a guitar pick and getting the set list. So that was pretty awesome, and it was just exactly what I needed, and I'm so glad I ditched school for the most part. A little stressed today, mainly because I have this stupid group project due tomorrow, and we've known about this since the second day of class, so August 21st, and my group has yet to do any of their stuff, to the point where I actually went and did made a fake presentation so that if they didn't get their stuff done, I could, I lied, I'm gonna use some of the sheet. I have to switch how I'm sitting, sorry guys. So that if they didn't do their stuff, that we had something to present. So that was, you know, it's like, just do your work. Like, just do your own work. So, I actually heard from one of them finally right before this, and he's like, I'm sorry, I was at practice. And I'm like, it's 5 o'clock, you were not at practice from when I texted you at 5 a.m. to now. And don't even try to tell me that you were, because I know that that's not true. I hate group projects, guys. I would rather just do the whole damn thing by myself. Also, if you guys haven't heard Fall Out Boy's new song, you should go listen to it. It's called Dear Future Self. Fall Out Boy, Green Day, and Weezer all released new songs on the same day, September 10th. But I was really fortunate to get into the show, and it kind of, like, made my week so much better. And it's, you know, if I didn't go to the show, to be honest, I would just be sitting in class thinking about how I wanted to be at the show. So I'm really glad I got to go to the show. And the lead singer waved to me, and like, it was just, oh my god, it was so good. You guys, I'm such a groupie. That did not line up. Did I do that wrong? Oh no, I guess it did. There's just a very tiny line there. So, if you guys didn't know, I'm a total groupie of the band Fall Out Boy, and almost nothing gets past me that they do. We are going to cut up this box. I'm cutting up the washi box right now, in case you guys are wondering. Although I realized I should have saved that one for my academic planner. Oh well. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh god, you guys, it was such a good day yesterday. I just want to go back. My knees are so bruised though. That's mainly Pete's fault. And I mean that in the most loving and enduring way possible. He decided with the stage diving thing to invite other people to do it and crowd surf in, and like my knees just took a dang beating against the barricade. I was in the very, very front of the pit, and they are bruised. And to be honest, I didn't even notice that they were bruised until I got home and I showered, and I like looked, you know, at my legs in the shower, and I was like, dang, like they are bruised. I didn't even feel it. The only thing I really felt in the pit, but like besides some minor like hair pulling, is when Pete first cloud surfed. When he came back in, my head hit the speaker in front of me pretty hard. But yeah, oh, okay. So we're gonna use the 4 solid. Let's just go ahead, solid. Let's put the blue, or the turquoise one over here. And the peach one. I really hope all these fit with no gaps. Again, Elle, if you're watching, I liked it when you had more washi in your kits. I think I say that every week. But my opinion's not going to change. Okay, now I need 3 of these. We're going to use the mint colored one just to pull it in some on this side. And then we're going to cut out this one. Put this one here. I don't like that. I don't like that either. Let's try switching these two. I do like that better than the same print on top of the same print. There we go. I really don't know about these flags, but I'm gonna use them. Because I feel like they almost look like they go with a different kit. Okay, so now I am done with this sheet. I am done with this sheet. I am done with the headers and washi. I am done with the glitter headers. Oh, I lied. She did have more solid boxes. Oh well. And then last but not least, I have this sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of the deco. I'm trying to use stuff that's like not pictured really. Well, I'm gonna use the backpack because I don't see the backpack anywhere. And I mean, I could have used the washi. kind of like the lunch pail. No, I don't like that. And I don't think I'm going to use the, no, I'll put some of the dots at the top. First I thought about not, but I kind of like the little pop of color at the top, to be honest. Something about it that's just kind of fun to me, I don't know. I think it just adds a little pizzazz up there. There we go, and now I am done with this sheet. Now pens for the week. I really did like gold with this kit. Rose gold would have gone really well too. The two oddballs out, I did pull in Skinny Dip. This is the newest version of it. I thought it just worked really well with these colors. These are pen gems. If you guys haven't seen pen gems before, you can. I'm having a really hard time with this one. They're usually not this hard to get open. Okay, honestly, I cannot get this one open, so let me try with the different one. This is Black Magic, which I'm also pulling in. I could have done Little Black Dress as well. There we go. So you just unscrew these. I've never had a problem with one. That's the first one I've ever had an issue with, and I have over 100, so this is a lot. And then you can change out the ink to be whatever size, type of ink you want. I do have a referral link down below if you have not purchased from them before and you would like to. So that's it. This is Black Magic. Again, it's sparkly. I was gonna also pull Little Black Dress, but they're so similar. The only difference is Little Black Dress does not have a sparkly barrel. Then the rest were all limited edition, and I'm not sure if you can get them anymore. This is the Peach Palm pen. This is probably the pen I will use most this week. I just think it is stunning with this kit. Hang on, I just got hair stuck in my earring. Okay. This is a pen from the Wine Country collection, and I just thought these colors pulled in really pretty with all the like wine-like colors. And then we have this pen from the 2017 Northern Lights collection. I think this is Polar Beach. I could be wrong. But again, I just really liked it with this. So those are the pens that I'm pulling in this week. And that will conclude this plan with me. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Alyssa's channel. And if you are from Alyssa's channel, thank you so much for coming over here to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you, if you are new, will subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any more of my videos. I really loved doing this collaboration with Alyssa, and I look forward to seeing you guys in more Playing With Me's in the future. Talk to you later, friends. Bye.